Hello, Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. I'm back now for another review. Now, I've just been having a little bit of clear up on my desk over there, on my bench over there. Don't worry, I'm not making room for a massive model, that's not happening. But I was just having a look on the and I came across a little pile of bits and pieces. And I'm very sorry, Sven, if you're watching this. He sent me these, must have been March, I'm thinking. I mean, it was definitely before little Jess went, so it was probably March, April, I don't know. And he sent me some mask sets to review, and with it was these little separate individual sort of generic sets, and I completely forgot I had them. So I'm really sorry, Sven, but I'm going to go through what I've got. I don't have the whole range. If you want to see the whole range, get on over to Hannants and have a look. If you're in the UK, these are all available from Hannants, and they're sort of between 18 and 20 odd quid each. But I think it may sound a lot of money for what they are, but what they enable you to do is something that nobody else enables you to do. So I'm going to go through them quickly. We'll have a look at each set and we'll see what's in there and see how they look. I'm also going to put a link in the description below this video. I'm going to put a link to a couple of videos I've made, or to one of them at least, and then you'll find the other one. When I did a couple of how I do it videos, and here you can see this is a Heinkel 111 wing, and it's had plenty of treatment with different bits and pieces, and these are all, believe it or not, these are all painted on. These tiny little stencils, the lettering, the roundels here. I've shown different ways of doing the roundels to achieve a completely different finish. We've got the lettering there over the serial number, just like it appears on the back of the Roundel Hurricane. And we've also got on there, you can see on that fuel cap, I've got the German fuel filler sign there. And even here, this is for the Dauntless. You've got that dive bomber man there that goes on the nose of one of the aircraft, and that is, believe it or not, that is all painted on and done with stencils. So yeah, very, very incredible. And then here we've got the stencils here for the serial numbers and the walkways and everything, and the no steps. We've got an Australian symbol there for an F-35 rescue. We've got the ejector seat markings. And as you can see here, I've done a demonstration. The beauty of these is, one, you get no carrier film. Two, you can actually choose the colours. Now, we all know these days a lot of decal manufacturers get colours wrong, particularly in the Chinese kits and everything. And also a lot of kits, the decals are very, very thick. Whereas with these, you can paint them and have them as thin as you like. And then once you've done them, you can come along with a sponge. This is 1000 grit, and you can weather them back. You can make them look worn, you can make them look faded, or you can just give them a quick sand and they become totally smooth. So you can see I can do that over that little nose art there. You know, they're bloody wonderful. They're awesome. And I've never actually built a model using one. I'm soon to be starting my Airfix 124 scale Stuka, and I will be using them on that. That's going to be a series called Stuka Sunday, and I will be using them on that. And I can only imagine that putting them actually on a model is not going to be that easy, because it's easy to do on a flat wing like this, but when you've actually got a fuselage side on a finished model, I should imagine it's not that easy. But there are ways of getting around it. I have done some experiments with hairspray and water and stuff, and you can actually move them around on a bit of water, and then as long as you don't push them down, they will slide around, and you push them down, let them dry out. But anyway, enough of that. Do that on another day. So let's have a look at what we're going to look at for today for a review. So first of all here, that's where you can get them from. That's what you would look up online. And then if you go up on the top right hand corner of the screen, there's 3 little bars. You can click on there and that will show you all the suppliers in your country, local area, whatever. All I know is in the UK it's Hannants is the major retailer for these, and he always gets all the stock in and everything. So these are basically for 1/48 scale RAF 8-inch serial numbers, generic high definition airbrush mats, 205 mass plus spares, suitable for 10 plus kits. Now obviously that's going to depend on the numbers you want to do. I mean, if you're going to do 1 2 2 2 3 and then 1 3 3 3 3 2, you're obviously not going to get 10 plus kits, but you know, you're going to get a lot out of it, because you're not going to be using like 1 2 2 2 2, are you? So this is 48 Gen 506, and as you can see, we've got serial numbers here, and they're 8-inch. and Sven has put on the front of here weatherable. Now in the sets you're always going to get, in all the Sven sets, you're always going to get these generic instructions. I'm not going to go through it all now because I've been through it a million times in every review I've done. Go and have a look at any one-man army mask review I've done, and I go through all of this in detail about putting the tape on the left hand side and all that. But with these things it doesn't really apply depending how you're going to use them. So you can see on here we have masks which go from A to Z, and then we've got PRJ. So there's these ones here. I wonder if it's better with the light on or worse with the light on. I think it's probably worse with the light on. But you can see on the end here, where's my pointy thing? We have PRJ, and they with the X's in, that means they're spares. Okay, so you can use those. Here you've got 048, 046, sorry. But basically, yeah, you've got all these serial numbers. So, and you've got these pieces in here for your spacing. Okay, so if you've got these little pieces in here, you just measure those and make your own bits of tape for the spacing. But you can basically see that, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 A's, 4 B's, 4 C's, 4 D's, 4 E's, and so on. But basically, there's two ways you can use these. If you are, say you're doing a white serial number or a very light grey serial number, and it's a black aircraft, a night aircraft, or you're going through a black stripe or something, what you can do is spray the area white and then remove the center portion of the mask, put that on the model, and then finish spraying the black, and then you take it off, you get the white showing through. One of the biggest issues with spraying the white or any light colour, as you're going to see in my Gannet very soon, the white can take a lot to build up, and you do tend to get an edge. So where I'm using white, I do tend to put the white down first and then mask over it, because then when you spray your camouflage colour or whatever over the top, it's generally very much thinner than the white will be. Whites tend to be quite a grainy paint. I've just done the Gannet using Tamiya LP39, which is called Racing White, and it's bloody useless. Yeah, I wish I'd sprayed the area white before I did the stripes and then masked afterwards. But that's the way you can do it. You can do it either way. But you can see there we have all those masks all laid out, and you can imagine how many. So this is not just for Spitfires, it's for any World War II RAF aircraft that had 8-inch serial numbers. So there you go, that's that one. The next one we're going to look at is 1/48th RAF Roundels for Spitfire Mark 1 and 2. So we've got a Type B, a Type A, a Type A1, a Type A1V, and a Type A2. So on the back here you can see we've got Type B, and we've got those in 40 and 56 inch. We've got Type A, which we've got in 25, 30 and 50 inch. We've got Type A1 in 35 inch. We've got Type A1V in 35, A1V, Type 35 in 35 and 56 inch. And then we've got A2 in 25 and 40 inch. And then we've got AV Early, but he hasn't got AV Early on here. But let's have a look at what we've got in here. And these are, so basically you've got 56 inches the biggest, and 25 inches the smallest. So again, we've got the user manual, the generic user manual, and you can see this is quite a sheet here. And you can see on there you've got all your roundels. Hopefully you can see that. Try the light again. It's very difficult to show these masks. They're actually, there you go, they're actually laser cut. So they don't come through the back. It's amazing, isn't it? He sets the laser so it cuts the masking tape, but it doesn't come through the back. And if I just show you quickly how easily they lift, I mean, they are just, look at that. They come out absolutely perfectly. There's no funny edge or anything. They're gorgeous. So what you can do here, that's upside down, what you would do here is you could either spray the white first and then build up, do it all in separate pieces, taking bits in and out. But you, as I say, with this wing, the video I'll put in the description down below, you can see the different ways I've gone about it, and indeed doing the main wing roundel, the different ways I've gone around it, and how to avoid that white edge. Because one of the problems with doing the yellow and then masking that and doing the blue and then masking that and doing the white, you sometimes get this edge, and it's very difficult to because you don't get a perfect lineup every time. But I give you all the hints and tips that I use in that video, and there's other videos in the series as well, so go search the rest of my channel. If you put One Man Army in the search, then it'll bring them all up. But here you can see we've got B56, so we've got the 56-inch main wing roundels there, there's 4 of them, and then we've got B56, there's 4 centres. Okay, so if you want to put the whole mask down and then remove the centre and spray the red, alright, then you can actually then put that piece back in, or you've got a new one there to put in. What I would recommend, spray an area red on your wing where you know it needs to be, let the paint feather out so it hasn't got a hard edge, put the mask over it, remove the outer and spray the blue, and then you don't have any edges to worry about. Anything all you've got is the edge like you've got here. The blue covers beautifully, the red not so well. And then again here you've got the type A50, which is this one. Okay, so you've got the 50-inch, and then we've got the B40-inch, which is the wing roundel. So we've got all the different sizes there, and you've got the one there with the yellow band around the outside, which I've done. Well, there's a version of it there, look. But basically, yeah, that's the A1 variant. So A1 variant is here. So you've got all the different sizes you could ever want, and you've got all the roundels you could ever want. As I say, not necessarily just stuck with Spitfires. There's going to be other aircraft that have the same size, probably Hurricanes of the same era. So here we're moving on to code letters. So we've got 18-inch code letters. So these are generic high definition, easy for you to say, generic high definition airbrush masks, 159 masks plus 3 spares, suitable for 20 plus kits. So again, depending on what serial numbers you're using, depending on how many kits you're going to get out of it. But basically it's going to be the same again. You're going to get all these beautiful serial numbers, or code letters, not serial numbers, code letters. And you use these in conjunction with your roundels. So there you go, you can see on there we've got the sheet, and it's marked down here, RAF code letters, 48 Gen 500, 18-inch. So there's all your 18-inch letters, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like you've got 6 of each letter. There's lots of M's actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so there's between 6 and 8 letters. So there you go, you can see them on there. Try and get this light down a bit lower, maybe show the shadow. Nope, maybe a bit higher. That's better. See all those letters on there, and they're the 18-inch. And then we have the 20-inch, okay? And then we have 24-inch. And then here we have the 30-inch. And looking on the Hannock's website, I think he does a 36-inch as well. I think it was 36 or 34. But there you go. So all the code letters you could ever want in 1/48 scale. So you've got no excuse for using decals again with those. And then here we have, finally, we have World War II Spitfire Mark 1-2 maintenance stencils. So these are going to be a must, because as we all know, stencil decals can look bloody awful. You get a bit of silver in, they look terrible. They sometimes can be quite thick. So this is basically, you can see a lot of these are actually through. They've gone through, because you can see my hand behind there. Look. Because what you're going to do with these, you don't need to pick them out. So when you look at this, you can see on here, for example, I just grab a piece of black card. You can see on here that basically what you're going to do is remove this whole mask, and then that's your wing trestle marks. You're going to remove this whole mask and paint through it, and then slowly lift the mask off. Now when it comes to these small stencils like this, what I recommend, get your airbrush, have your paint nice and thin, and dust it on. Don't let it get wet, and go in like this from this angle, then go in from that angle, then come in from that angle, then come in from that angle. That way you get nice tight edges. If you want it to look all faded and worn and everything, then you can actually just go straight at it, and it will be quite soft on the edges. But again, remember, you can choose your own colours. You can weather it if you want to. You can sand it down. You'll have no carrier film. You've got no risk of silvering, and it's just, you know, they're painted on, you want them to look painted on, what better way to put them on than paint them on. You've also got some dotted lines there as well. I notice he does a generic set of dotted lines as well. And you can see as well, when you look in here, you can see that every one has got a left-hand extension. And what you do is you put a little piece of masking tape under that left-hand corner, and that gives you something easy to lift without scratching the model. You can see here, wherever you've got a round one, where you've got a stencil going over a round hatch, like a fuel filler door or something like that, then what he's done is made it like a tab. And then you put that over and you can see where that is, and you've got this tab to peel it away afterwards. So yeah, they're absolutely stunning. They really are lovely. You can see here's some bigger ones here. These are 1/32 scale, or maybe even 1/24. You can see the sort of thing you're getting. So so there we go, guys. Yeah, if you're watching this, Sven, I'm really sorry that I didn't do this earlier, but I completely forgot I had them with all that's been going on and everything. So sorry about that. But anyway, I've shown you them now, and I don't have any 1/48 scale models to use them on. 1/48 is not really my thing. I'd rather do 1/32 scale when it comes to single seat fighters. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, get on over to Hannant's, have a look at the link I put below with the videos and everything, and see how I've done all this, and look at all the different ways of doing it, and look at the fantastic results you can get. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.